Number 5, evaluate fees and costs. Be clear about the attorney's fee structure from the beginning. Understand how they bill for their services, hourly rates, retainer fees, and any other additional costs. Ask about potential expenses and estimated costs, total costs of your divorce. I could probably do a full 30-minute video on this topic, and maybe I will, because you really, really need to read those retainer agreements. I would not, you know, you're going to be talking to 3 attorneys anyways. Let's say you're going through the motions and you're taking all of my advice and advice that I've researched of what you should do, and you do all the due diligence, you do the checks, you do the review, check the reviews, you do all that, you do 3 consultations perhaps, and then you're going to select the best one. Then you can sign the retainer agreement. I don't think you necessarily need to sign the agreement in the office. Take it back, read it. You're going to have the attorney looking over your shoulder while you're reading, 4, 6, 8, 10 page retainer agreement. And what a lot of people miss is this evergreen clause in there that basically says, your initial retainer is not the total fee. And once we go over the retainer fee, we can continue to bill you. And I'm saying this very basically, but they can just continue billing you and go over and not have to notify you. And then you'll be responsible for any additional attorney's fees. That's all seems reasonable, except for you don't know, you're not getting checked in with how much that bill is accruing beyond your initial retainer. So definitely read that. I mentioned last week, I had a guy who we've already finished his divorce, already did their paperwork, and he was called 10 to 15. This is his words. I called 10 to 15 attorneys on the phone saying we're amicable. Can you finalize our divorce? And all that he kept hearing repeatedly was, my retainer is $3,500. My retainer is $5,000. Whatever the retainer was, and I don't know if that'll be your total fee because I charge X amount, hundreds of dollars an hour, and if I go over, and you'll owe the difference. I cannot tell you what your total cost will be. Crazy. $800. I did their paperwork, and they were being asked for between $3,500 and $5,000 retainers for an amicable divorce. So I don't know why it took them 10 or 15 attorneys to find me for. My God, I do so many videos, so many blog posts, so many podcasts, TikTok, YouTube, all of it. And I know I'm not going to get in front of everyone's eyes, but I do my best to do that. But you definitely want, I know, having worked for a law firm in the past, the legal fees can quickly spiral out of control. So I'll close with this. Additionally, consider consulting with multiple attorneys before making your final decision. Many attorneys offer initial consultations, which can be an opportunity to discuss your case, get a sense of their approach, and ask questions about their fees and experience. By taking the time to research, interview, and evaluate potential attorneys, you can increase the likelihood of finding the right one to guide you through your divorce process effectively. Also, I want to add one last thing. Most attorneys charge a fee for a consultation, and I think you kind of get what you pay for. They usually will do a reduced rate. Maybe it's half of their normal hourly rate for that half hour consultation. Some will do a free consultation. I say you get what you pay for, because if you're going to go ask for legal advice and interview them and all that, it might be worth going to an attorney who charges a retainer, charges a fee for the consultation, because then they're not going to spend it trying to sell you on how great they are in using their service, because they know that this is a 30 minutes of basically a waste of their time if you walk out the door. Or maybe they use that 30 minutes somewhat asking your questions. I've heard this happen. They say, "Tim, I went on this consultation. It was a free consultation, but it really felt like a sales pitch. Gave me a little bit of the information, but not enough, like forcing me to have to hire them before they'd give me any real legal advice." Not all attorneys do that. I know there's some good attorneys out there that do not charge for consultations. I think it's not a full, I think they're doing an assessment, like, what do you have going on? And let me give you some basic legal advice. But if you really need, like, you're having issues, you have legal advice, pay for that hour. And then now I don't say they're working for you, but they are, they're not going to, if it's a $300 for an hour consultation, use that time wisely. Go in with a legal pad with your questions. Have done some due diligence research online. Learn about the community property rights. You're not wasting time with basic questions. You want to make it specific to your situation. What's going on? What's your spouse doing or not doing? And get specific answers to your specific issues that you have going on, having already kind of gotten a basic idea of how the process works. Well, I hope you enjoyed Daily Perspective, episode 39, Day in the Life of an LDA. This was not legal advice. I'm going to close with that. Anyways, we'll talk to you tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying these and all this stuff.